Hello and welcome to overall episode 23 of Fun Facts with Liam. And um yeah, so I was in the middle of doing my list of facts stuff, and I was gonna do one that was completely unrelated to the previous one I've done about the Jesuits. Uh, Check that out if you haven't checked it out already. But yeah, let's just keep a kind of theme going. But you know, technically, well, this is when Jesus was I guess, for all intents and purposes, new in town. You know, in terms of people following him and stuff like that. But this is about um, Mel Gibson's Apocalypto, and in those days in Judea, um, Rome, Rome and Greece were pretty much just a bit mostly tied together culturally and so on. So um, there's a very good chance that in Mel Gibson's The Passion of the Christ, most of the Romans would have been speaking Greek, which it makes sense in relation to where Christ gets his name from. Anyway, it's a title. It's Greek. It's Jesus Christ, Christos, the Anointed One. Which also, I'm not sure if this is like massively common knowledge or anything, but this is where we get the name Joshua from the derived from the original Hebrew Yeshua or Yeshua. So yeah. So I mean, maybe some of the Romans, like like the thuggy soldiers, maybe might have spoken some form of Latin, maybe some kind of class divide thing. But most of the Romans setting up the torture, the execution, and the ones that were making deals with the rabbis and stuff that wanted the rabble rouser Jesus out. They would have spoken. They probably would have spoken to them in Greek. The Jews as well. People like Herod. He had a very he put a lot of a stake on what the Romans would give him. You know, in a way, he was sort of a bigger bad guy than they were, sort of. Which that weird, slightly creepy portrayal of him in Passion of the Christ probably isn't all that inaccurate. I mean, this guy had babies killed because he was so paranoid that they grow up and try to kill him and all that kind of stuff. But so yeah, um, Romans didn't speak Latin when Jesus was around, most likely, or not by the majority anyway. So I'm obviously going to be moving on to the third one, which is completely unrelated, blah, blah, blah. So another blah, blah, blah thing. Like, subscribe, comment, blah, 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 dislike, blah, blah, blah. Um, and yeah, I'll see you in the penultimate one of this week.